You know, it's been a rough one this week already, and
It has been.
you know, about 50% of the comments we are reading are really hurtful and really mean, and it is what it is. You know, it's sad to see that many people just hate us so much because of this.
All I'll say is you should never kick a person when they're already down.
Welcome back, guys.
Hi.
So we're here to give you guys an actual update on everything that's been going on this past week.
Yeah, today is officially a week.
Yeah, day 7.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if a lot of you guys have already known, because there are other channels posting about Lillian, but she has been found. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of you guys might know this already, but she has been found. It's been, well, like 4 days around since she's been found. It's like 4 days or so.
Yeah, I think it was Tuesday night.
Yeah, so, you know.
Yeah.
So Sid at 3 Mississippi and Mike, they did find her.
And yeah, with the help of their community.
Got everybody over there.
Yeah, just,
Everybody, you know, really struggled and tried and put their best efforts forward to find Lillian, and they did. And so they did catch her. They actually they've had her this whole time, and she was in some pretty rough shape.
Yeah, so the day they found her, Sid said that one of the neighbors that were in the little neighborhood she was hanging out spotted her, but she was laying on the side of the road. So Sid and Mike, they got in the car, they drove up to where she was at, and they got her, and she was in really rough shape. They're not sure if it's a combination, I think, too. She was probably extremely dehydrated because that day that they found her was an excessive heat warning.
I mean, it was hot here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was very hot here that day, so I can only imagine how hot it was there in Mississippi.
Yeah, it's way more humid, in my opinion, over there than it is here, and it's a little hotter.
Yeah.
And so when it's really hot here, I can only imagine.
Yeah, and it also is a factor too in that specific day that she was found. Nobody had spotted her prior that whole day until later that evening. So people were a little bit worried that, you know, something may have happened to her because they hadn't seen her that day. It was very hot. I mean, just a whole bunch of factors. But they found her. She was on the side of the road. She was in very rough shape. So Sid and Mike, they swooped her up, they took her home. They just so happened to have, I can't think of exactly what it's called, but it's kind of like an IV pack. It's like
it's for animals.
Yeah, they put it like fills up like pockets in their back, and then their body absorbs the water.
The fluid.
The fluid, there you go. Absorbs the fluid, and it's supposed to really help rehydrate them.
It does. Any IV, right? Is gonna. That's the #1 way to rehydrate is through an IV.
Yeah, and
it goes right into the bloodstream.
Yeah, and doing it that way with like these little pack things so her body absorbs it, so she doesn't get so much at one time. Yeah. It's like a slow process thing, but she got her hooked up to that, and then the next day after she was found, the next morning, it was kind of a rough night for Sid, I'm sure, as Lillian was probably, you know.
Well, Lillian was really out of it. So Lillian, she was on the run, in a sense, for 3 days total before she was found.
Yes, and mind you, in those 3 days, it was very hot. And anytime she would be spotted and they would try to catch her, she would book it. And Lillian, like I mentioned before, she runs so fast.
Yeah, the neighbors, the people around the community, they were trying to catch her. They'd get close to her, and she would take off into the woods.
Yeah.
And so it was a rough 3 days, I guarantee, for poor Lillian.
I know, I sympathize.
But we are very happy that she's been caught and found.
Yeah.
It's been a very rough week this week for us. That first night after she was caught, I was talking to Mike, 3 Mississippi Mike, and she was in such rough shape. You know, we were just keeping our fingers crossed that she'd even make it through the night. Yeah, those 24 to 48 hours after she was found was kind of you know, sending positive vibes and prayers to make sure she can make it. Yeah. Through those first 24 to 48 hours. Yep. And so we didn't want to say anything to you guys until we knew she was completely out of the woods, so to speak. Because even though she was caught, doesn't mean that she was going to survive.
Yeah, because I will also mention
heat stroke.
Too, Sid did take Lillian down to the vet the next day after she was found and after she put all this rehydration in her and stuff. So she took her to the vet. They ended up giving her
a B12 shot.
Yeah, for some swelling, because it looks as if Lillian might have got some type of head injury. Not sure if she was maybe booking it like full force and maybe ran into something, she didn't see it, or smacked into, maybe not really a car, like got hit, because there's no like scrapes or bruise, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's no bruising, there's no broken bones, there's no injuries that you can see like on the outside.
Yeah.
But the vet did check for internal stuff, there's nothing wrong there.
No.
And so, yeah, she could have bumped her head on something. It's not even 100% she bumped her head. It's just, it could be. Yeah,
because she's still not 100%. From what Sid, I just got a text from Sid this morning, as far as how she's doing. She's still moving around. She said she's a lot more perkier today than she has been.
Yeah.
But she's still like, when she walks, I guess she just walks to the right. That's all she does, is walks to the right.
And then lays down.
And then lays down. But she said she is a little more perkier today.
Yeah, so we're just hoping that, it takes a while to recover from that stuff, guys. Even a human, right? It takes a long time.
Oh, yes.
When I was in the Army, you have to deal with heat stroke with people.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen it. IVs, and it takes, 24 hours for them to really recoup. And dogs, it takes, the vet says, like, could be like up to a week.
Yeah.
To like fully recover. So we're hoping that when she gets back here, after a little bit, I know it's been a week now, but it hasn't been a week since she's been running.
Yeah.
It's been almost a week since she's been relaxing. So we're just gonna have to see what happens, but we are very, very excited because today, Tim, Ridge Life, he's actually bringing Lillian home.
Yes.
Okay, so.
I'm so excited. Honestly, like when it first unfolded, this whole tragedy, there was a point where I didn't see it. I didn't think Lillian was ever gonna come home. I could never see myself saying, "Oh, Lillian's coming home. I'm so excited."
I know.
So I am over the moon with.
Yeah, and like I said, it's been a rough week. I've been in a really upsetting mood all week. That's why we haven't done any of our daily vibes. Because honestly, until Lillian's back, we've been just feeling like shit. I don't know what else to say. We posted, Roxane posted an update video on Monday when everything happened.
Yeah.
We let you guys know. And just reading the response to that doesn't put me in the best mood, but that's okay.
No.
Anyway, not going to go down that road because that's not what this video is about.
No.
But, I do want to clarify some things if you guys are wondering, because I've read this probably like 900 times and different things, but a lot of you guys asked, why did we leave? Why I wouldn't have left. I'd live in Mississippi until I found Lillian, kind of a thing, right? Well, when all this happened last Saturday, we were just in shock. We didn't realize it was going to happen. Obviously, it was a complete accident.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know.
100%
It's not that we are irresponsible pet owners. It's not like that we don't love Lillian or all of our animals. It's not like that we don't take care of our animals. If you guys know Roxane and us, you guys have been following us for a long time, we try our absolute best with our animals. The best with what we have here and what we can do and how we can do it, we try our best. And with Lillian, the entire time we have had Lillian, the entire time, since we rescued her, by the way, somebody threw her on the side of the road. Okay, since we rescued Lillian, she has not left Roxane's side. Like literally. Like she'll follow Roxane everywhere. We've taken Lillian camping. We've taken her to the lake, to the creeks, to the ponds. We've taken her to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was going to say, we took her to Vegas.
And every single one of those adventures, she does not leave Roxane's side no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, she just doesn't. She'd be on Roxane's lap right now.
Oh, yeah.
And so when we went to Three Mississippi's for Freedom Weekend, David brought Domino, and he wasn't on a leash. Lillian and Domino were running around playing in the grass around everybody.
Oh, yeah. They were having a good time together.
And so the thought process of why did you guys do that, you know, that kind of thing, because we've had zero reason to think otherwise.
Yeah.
The entire time we've had her.
Yeah, and we've had her for...
over a year.
Over a year, yeah.
So we just let her hang out, have fun, play with Domino. She was hanging around the water slide right before this all happened. And we knew that they were going to go shoot some firearms off, because we do that every single year.
Yeah.
But I know she explained a little of this, so I'm going to go fast. But it didn't dawn on us at that exact moment, hey, wait a minute. And I wasn't 100% sure and didn't know that, hey, in 5 seconds they're going to shoot guns.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know. It wasn't a big announcement saying, hey, guys, we're going to go shoot guns now, just so you guys all know. It wasn't like that. We were just sitting here, all of a sudden there's gunshots.
Yeah, like we heard
Okay.
that they were getting ready to go shooting and stuff like that. And I mean, just that...
It happened so fast.
It was just, yeah, a combination of just everything was just unfolding all at one time, you know?
And so when that happened, you guys already heard the story. So Lillian got scared and she ran off, but we didn't realize that she was going to run off.
Yeah, I will say, guys, when she ran.
She ran.
She was like 2.5 miles.
Almost 3 miles
away from
where they found her.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so why did we leave? Why did we leave? Well, the reason why we left is because Roxane, okay, she was so upset, guys. You guys have no idea.
Yeah.
I've never, ever, okay, in 12 years of being married and 15 years of knowing her, I've ever seen her that way.
Yeah.
Ever.
That was a mess.
She was shaking. She couldn't breathe. She was having panic attacks. It was misery.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here and I'm worried. You know, we're all searching for Lillian. The next morning, it's even worse because we still can't find her. And the next morning, you know, Roxane said, I need to go home.
Yeah.
I need to go home and be in familiar territory in my room so I can be alone,
Yes.
is what she said. She needed to be alone.
Yeah.
And if we were at like a campground or like, you know, somewhere where our friends didn't live, right? We probably wouldn't have left, you know, so quick, but we knew for a fact that the search party was going to continue.
Yeah.
And they knew the area better than we do. That was the first time I've ever been there.
Yeah.
I didn't know any streets. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know anything. So I knew by us leaving, everybody that was around there, the neighbors stuff, they were all focused, laser focused. All right, we're going to help find Lillian. So I knew we were leaving and everything was in good hands, if that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah. And
Okay.
when we left, I will say this too. When we left there, I asked Anthony, we did everything we could, right?
We did.
We searched. I mean,
7 hours almost.
Yes,
of
and it
searching.
wasn't just us two searching.
Everybody.
Everybody was searching for her, and there was like no signs, nothing.
So
where she was at.
there was like nothing more we could do. Even like the sheriff got involved.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like we just said, we're out of here, bye. It was not even remotely like that.
No.
Okay. And so leaving it, like I said, in good hands, Sid and Mike and their community, which thank you guys so much
Oh man,
for the outcome of all this.
Yes.
I wasn't as worried. Like nobody's gonna look for her is what I'm getting at. Like,
Yeah.
'cause I knew they would.
Yeah.
And so when she was spotted, there's other, you know, conversations is I'd be in the car and I'd leave right now. Well, their house is 8 hours away from where we're at. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pass through 2 states to get there.
Yeah.
And just because Lillian is spotted, even if we left that second
Mm-hmm.
and drove 8 hours to get there, there's really nothing we can do that everybody's not already doing.
Yeah, that's trying. And I will say, doing a little bit of research as far as like what happens to a dog when they get spooked or, you know, run off. From my research and from what I've also heard other people saying is when a dog gets traumatized like that and spooked, they instantly revert back to like their natural dog instincts.
Yeah, it's fight or flight.
Yeah, they go into fight or flight mode, and I'm almost 100% sure Lillian was in fight or flight mode.
She was in flight mode.
Yeah.
Running.
She was running. So I don't even think if I was there even the day after or the next day, I don't think I could have been even able to coax her to come to me. I couldn't even get her to come to me before she took off. I tried, guys.
Yeah,
I was
wouldn't come.
yelling and I was tapping Lillian. You know, I'm doing everything I can to try to get her to come out from underneath the car to come to me. But she wouldn't do it. And the moment I started walking towards her is when she took off. So there was, I don't think even me physically being there and trying to coax her, I don't think that might even have helped. I think she still would have been running and...
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at, you know? So there was no need, as we seen, even as Mike and Sid, they agree, there's no real need at that time for us to jump in the car, drive 8 hours, and go try to help. Because they had it under control.
Yeah.
Okay? And so that's why we didn't go back. I don't think we're cruel, mean, horrible animal owners. I think we tried everything we could do.
Yeah, I don't think
we were
so.
there.
I love every single animal that we have here, even down to little baby chickens and little baby rabbits.
Yeah, it was a very unfortunate event that happened, guys.
It was.
And we are all human. We're all human.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes and things that they wish it didn't happen. I mean, I guarantee all of you guys there's something that's happened in your life where you're like, man, I really wish that didn't happen. I wish I would have thought of this. Hindsight's 20/20, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in the world, we're all guilty of that stuff.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this go round, it had to happen with Lillian. I wish it didn't happen.
Absolutely. I mean, if I, like you said, hindsight's 20/20. If I'd known that this was going to happen, I would have handled that situation at that moment in time so much differently.
Well, it's not like we didn't bring a leash. We had her leash because we knew there was going to be fireworks, right? We knew like it's 4th of July, different stuff. So we were prepared for that stuff.
And I knew she was in a new territory. So when we first got there, she had been on a leash for a while.
For hours.
Yeah, when we first got there until she kind of got familiar with it was my thought process. But when I noticed she was having a good time and playing with Domino and hanging out with other people there, I was like, she's cool. I'm going to take her off the leash and just kind of let her have fun too and enjoy the party and, you know.
Yeah, and you know, so that's why, if you guys are wondering why we didn't have her on a leash, why didn't we go back, those are the reasons why. Like, it didn't make any sense for us to go back, for us to leave right when she was spotted.
Plus, you guys, we have
all these other animals we got to take care of.
You know, we have things here on our property that we need to. And
that was another thing too. We had to leave that next day because our animals only had water. Okay, until Sunday.
Yeah.
And food.
Yeah, and it was.
And it was brutal that weekend heat.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was been brutally heatful this whole week.
I have 13 rabbits I gotta take care of. I got other dogs I gotta take care of. I got cats I gotta take care of. We have a garden that we have to take care of. We have life that we have to take care of.
Yeah.
So that was another reason why we had to leave, guys. I didn't want to come back and all our other animals are dead, and then, you know, we're getting called animal killers because we didn't come back and give them water.
Yeah.
How dare you not go back and take care of your animals?
Yeah.
It's like a lose-lose.
It is a
lose-lose. So,
lose-lose.
you know, because she wanted to go home, she was very miserable, very depressed.
Yes,
very upset.
I just really wanted to go home and just be in my own bed so I could cry and be by myself.
Yeah, and I know, I'm sure a lot of you understand that. You know what I mean? Like, those emotions are so high. Because we love Lillian. We love all our animals. Mm-hmm. We do.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if some of you don't feel that we do, but we do. Very much so.
Oh, yes.
And so we were just trying our best, trying to make the best decisions at the time that we could.
Yeah.
So, not complaining about nothing. I just wanted to give you guys an update on everything that's going on. That's why we haven't posted this week. Like I've said, I've been in a rough mood this whole week because of this whole situation. Once Lillian gets back, I think I'll be feeling better. We literally haven't done anything this week.
No.
I have not been motivated. I know I say stay motivated, and I was trying. I've been trying, but sometimes you just need to just not be motivated, I guess. Well,
sometimes your need for motivation is outweighed by your non-motivation.
Yeah, I've been in such a horrible mood, a sad mood is what I mean by that. I've been upset this whole week about all this stuff. Even when Lillian was found, because then I felt like, okay, well, now we got to wait to see if she's gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not gonna post an update video that she's been found and, oh, you know, she's sleeping and, you know, us. I'm not gonna do it. I know we're her owners. I get it. Okay, but then have to post another video about how she died.
Yeah. Because we weren't sure.
I didn't want to do that.
I mean, you know,
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so I didn't see Lillian the moment they found her. I got pictures of her after, like, Sid brought her into the house and stuff like that and started taking care of her. But, you know, I didn't know her physical condition when they first discovered her. And, you know, from the sounds of it on when they were talking to me, it did not sound very good.
Yeah.
So you know, obviously I'm staying positive. They found her. She's made it this far. Like, she's got to keep fighting. Like, you're that much closer, Lillian, to coming home. So we didn't know what was going to transpire after that. So we didn't want to come on here and get everybody's hopes and get us excited. I was very excited that they found her. You know,
yeah.
You know, and, you know.
Yeah, and then have to say, okay.
And I mean, I'm on the phone with Sid, and she's like, I got her in the car. We're driving back to my house, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll get with you here, you know, maybe tomorrow, and we'll figure out how I can get her home. And even Sid said, no, she's going to be here for a few days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was ready to jump in the car right when they found her to come get her. But I was, you know,
she was in good hands.
She's in good hands, but now is not a good time.
And for some of you that are wondering why we're not going to get her, the reason why Tim is bringing her back over here, because Tim needed to come back to Arkansas anyway. And before we even found Lillian, or Lillian was found, Tim offered to bring her back.
Yeah. Tim
wanted to do that. They already had a whole plan in motion for when Lillian was found and if Lillian was found, because they knew, I'm sure, that Roxane was going to be a mess. And so they, as friends do, they're helping us out with that.
Yeah.
But we'd be in the car right now today, if that wasn't possible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This whole week, since they found Lillian on Tuesday, I mean, in my mind, I've been already thinking, okay, well, maybe on Friday morning we can leave and go get her.
Yeah, we're waiting until when Sid says, I think she's good enough to travel.
Yeah.
Is what we were waiting for.
Yeah, because Lillian's been down, but she's better, right? I mean, she's gotten better, so we had to wait for that. You know, she wasn't eating and drinking on her own, so we needed to wait, you know, so Sid can help rehabilitate her to help get her to eat and drink, which she is now. You know, all these other things, you know, going to the bathroom, making sure she's fit for travel, you know.
Yeah.
And even if we rushed down there the day they found her, we wouldn't have been able to bring her home that day. There's just no
Not without
way.
risk.
No, and you know, she was already high risk, so I'm not going to put her through another traumatizing
so that's why
thing.
It's been a week. I mean, and we're waiting. Like I said, she's coming back today.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Tim is coming here today.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be this evening, is when he gets here, and we're very, very excited, and we're super thankful for Tim for bringing her over here. We're super thankful for Sid and Mike, and everybody over there helping us out with this horrible, horrible ordeal.
Yeah, not only finding her, but also just taking care of her and helping bring her back to a good spot where she can come home.
Yes.
And then I can take over from there. And no matter the situation of how Lillian is mentally, physically, all of that, I'm going to do whatever I can to, one, give her her best, continue giving her her best life.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And two, to do whatever I can here physically to help her maybe get back to whatever her new normal may be.
Only time's gonna be able to tell, guys.
No, I'm
Only time will tell.
Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I can to help Lillian.
So we're just gonna have to see how that pans out. But like I said, I'm very excited she's coming home today.
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. Like, I keep looking at my phone.
Yeah.
And,
We're just waiting, and it'll be good. So.
Yeah, she's not on the road yet.
No, but I'm glad this giant ordeal is over with. We have learned some hard lessons, I guess. I mean, I told Roxane, I guess, well, Lillian, she can never be off a leash again. We never in a million billion years thought she would run off, ever. But she did. So if we go anywhere, she can't be off a leash. None of our dogs usually are off a leash anyway. But now they really, really, really can't be off a leash. And that's okay.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
all right.
I'm the type of person you are too. You know, if a situation happens and it's not good, it's always good to take a step back and reevaluate what, you know, things that maybe you could change to avoid that situation never happen again. And we have learned quite a few lessons, and I'm sure
Well, it's basically a leash.
it is a leash.
It's a leash.
You know,
Even if you think your dog's never gonna run off, it's always glued to your hip. They can still run off. So that's okay. Hard lesson to learn. We learned it. It's not a big deal. Don't crucify us in the comments, guys. You know, it's been a rough one this week already, and
it has been.
you know, about 50% of the comments we are reading are really hurtful and really mean, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad to see that many people just hate us so much because of this.
Well,
out of nowhere.
All I'll say is you should never kick a person when they're already down.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that
Yeah,
bad.
you know, we were already down.
But it is what it is.
Beating ourselves up, and then we just keep getting kicked.
It is what it is. I think Lillian's here.
I think so too. I'm so excited.
Special delivery for Roxane. Puppy traveled 400 miles to see her mama. Open her up, get her out of there. People have been so excited for this.
Here, Lillian. Come
Poor Lillian.
Hi, Lillian.
Look how happy she is.
Oh, Lillian. Oh, I've missed you so
Look at those licks.
much.
Oh my goodness.
I've missed you so much, Lillian.
Poor Lillian.
Oh, you're so excited. Look
What
at
about me?
you.
Do I get some licks? Do I get some licks, Lillian? I know, Lillian.
Oh.
You've had a rough week.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Oh,
Oh my jeez, dude. Thank you so much.
That is
dude.
awesome,
I
man.
know you've been driving.
That was worth every mile. 100% worth every mile right there.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
just
So happy. Hi, Lillian.
she did so good on the way over here,
Did
though.
she?
Yeah, we stopped for 2 potty breaks. She got out, and you know, because she's been having some issues, right? But
Yeah.
every mile was a little bit better and better.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, she's so
Oh, you're shaking.
I
You're
see
so.
that tail wagging
She
there.
was not shaking earlier. She's so excited.
She is so
Are
excited.
you excited?
Lillian, you're home, Lillian.
You're home. You hear everybody?
Hey,
Look.
you have been
That's
going
Mora.
nuts. I can't believe you, Lillian.
I know, Lillian.
She's very excited.
She is.
Are you happy to be home, Lillian?
Why are you crying?
Those are happy tears.
Are those happy tears? I know. I feel those happy tears. I do. I
That's
feel
awesome.
those happy tears.
Oh my
What
goodness.
are you doing, Lillian?
I didn't think we'd see you again.
I
Lillian.
didn't either, Lillian.
I thought that was
didn't
it.
either. You probably thought the same exact thing. I
Don't
guarantee
ever
you.
do that again.
No. Lillian, you never
She's
do
happy.
Ever again.
Poor Lillian.
400-mile trip just to see Mama.
Yes. and
That
come
was,
home.
like I said, Lillian, that was a rough
rough week.
freedom weekend. Yeah, she is happy as a clam. Are you happy, Lillian?
I know I am.
I know you are.
I'm super happy she's home. Right where you belong, Lillian. No more running away. Okay?
We got a leash in your future now, Lillian. You know, Lillian, you gave us a giant scare.
Yes, Lillian. I would say you've had a rough week. Poor Lillian. Oh, but you know what, guys? I think we can get her back to her old self.
She's a lot more mellow right now, guys, than normal.
Yeah.
I would say. I don't know if it's, you know, because she's scared or she don't know what's going on, or it's because the trauma that she's had.
I'm sure a lot of it's the trauma.
I will say she's doing a lot better than I anticipated.
Oh, yes. I will say that too. Because, you know, you obviously brace yourself for the worst.
Yeah.
And I will say she is in a lot better health and stuff than I pictured in my mind.
I'm very happy she's back, guys.
Me too. I'm so happy you're home, Lillian. Does this smell familiar, Lillian?
I'm happy you're back, Lillian.
Does this smell and look familiar? You're home. You're home, Lillian. I know this has probably been so much to take in for one day.
Oh, she's gonna be exhausted for the next couple days.
Here, what about this? This is your spot, Lillian.
There's your spot, Lillian.
There's your spot.
Just relax, Lillian. I know it sounds weird, guys, that her spot's on top of the couch, but that's literally her spot. It's been her spot for 9 months.
Yep, that's where she lays all the time.
So that's where she feels comfortable. Looks like you're gonna be an inside dog for a while, Lillian.
Yes, I think this is a lot to take in for one day for one little puppy, so hopefully maybe as the days progress she'll keep getting more and more comfortable.
She
and I
will.
think the big thing is feeling safe.
She'll be good now.
You know what I mean?
We shouldn't let her outside for a little bit.
No, just to go to the bathroom and then right back into the house she goes.
So, Lillian, in your adventures for the past week, what'd you do? Did you have fun? I don't know if she had fun.
I don't think she had fun at all.
I don't think she had fun. You know, Lillian, you don't have to run off into the woods. And you know we're not going to let you do that anymore.
No.
Right, Lillian? You're a sweet dog. It's like Lillian's big adventure.
It is like big epic adventure.
For such a small little dog.
Man, guys, I will
can't
tell
even
you.
imagine.
I'll tell you what. If I was those big dogs, I would not want to mess with her.
No.
You know, she's a fighter and a true survivor. You're a pretty tough little dog, I'll say that, Lillian. Where are you going? Where are you going? What have you been up to? Huh? What were you went through this whole week? I can only imagine. If you could talk, the story you could tell. I know. I'm so excited that she's home, and I'm ready to start training her and trying to get her back to whatever her new normal may be. Hopefully it's her old normal, but whatever her new normal is, I'm ready for it.